Standing.
Jones and Judy can.
Swinford coming to you from Monticello Heights Gymnasium, where tonight the Harrison County Fillies will open up their 2025-2026 season with a contest against the Lady Generals of Lafayette, obviously out of Lexington. But last year the Fillies had a pretty good season. Only went 15-17, but it was a positive year. A lot of good things happened, and I think the girls had to be happy with the way they were. This year, we want to be just a little bit better. Meanwhile, Lafayette, 26-5 in the campaign last year. They were knocked out by Madison Central in the semifinals of the 11th region tournament. Harrison County returns 3 starters, while the Lady Generals, they've got 2 starters back from last year's team. Harrison County, of course, coached by Bill Watson, who's in his 4th year at the helm of the Fillies, while the legendary Allison Denton, who's been at Lafayette for many, many years, still going strong and still as competitive as ever. A victory tonight would give the winner a good positive momentum boost to get the year started. The JV game, an exciting JV game for the first game of the year. And in that JV game, it was the Harrison County Junior Varsity defeating the JVs from Lafayette 31-30. Very nice outing for our JV team to get the season started. Right now, both teams are out on the floor going through their pregame paces. We invite you to stay tuned as we'll come back and take a closer look at both Harrison County and Lafayette. You're listening to the Cynthia and Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports.
Along with Agent.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Until the tip-off of tonight's game. As we said, Lafayette, a very fine year that last year, winning 26 of their 31 games before that loss to Madison Central in the region. But with only 2 starters returning, they're really going to be in a rebuilding mode this year as their top 3 scorers, who together averaged nearly 40 points, along with another starter who played all the time and was their defensive genius. Losing 5 players like that, it's very hard to come back from, especially in the always tough 11th region. So Coach Denton has her work cut out for her. Having said that, the 2 starters that do return are very good athletes. In fact, both are super softball players. One of those players, Anna Clay Denton, she's going to be playing at Evansville next year, while junior Addison Combs has already verbally committed to be a University of Kentucky Wildcats softball player in a couple of years. However, having said that as well, there's just not a whole lot of experience beyond these 2 players, as Lafayette might have to take it on the chin a few times, as basically this entire season for them is going to be on a learning curve. Well, while we have a second, let's send it back to the station to the pastor, Ted Beam from First Methodist Church, with tonight's pregame prayer.
Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for your incredible love and grace to us. We thank you for your faithfulness. We thank you for how you've revealed yourself to us. You haven't left us to our imaginations, but you have come. You've sent Jesus to come and live among us and die on our behalf and rise again, and we are so grateful. We do lift up the teams to you tonight as they gather for this wonderful competition. Will you pour out your Spirit on them? You help them to play and to play well, even better than they've ever played before. You protect them from injuries. We ask you to guide them, guide the coaches, guide the officials, and you help this evening that they will learn a lot tonight about fair play, about sportsmanship, about those lessons that will carry them through life. We are so grateful to you. Will you bless this time this evening? Protect them all from injuries. We offer them to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. My name's Ted Beam, the pastor of First Methodist Church in Cynthiana at the corner of Pike Street and Church Street. I hope you come worship with us this coming Sunday at 11 a.m.
Alrighty, back here on the hilltop, we've already taken a look at the Lady Generals. Meanwhile, Harrison County finished 15-17 last season, losing in the first round of the 10th region tournament to Bracken County. The Fillies lost 3 starters off of last year's team, but the 2 that return are high-quality basketball players in seniors Keely Custard and Lauren Hicks. Keely averaged about 10 points per game last year and will be heavily relied upon to score quite a bit more than that. Meanwhile, Lauren Hicks, the best defender on the team, she just needs to flat out shoot some more, as is the case with the rest of the team. Unfortunately, during the off-season for the Fillies, 2 potential starters moved away from town during the summer, and that just puts a little bit more pressure on the other girls to put the ball in the basket. 6'2" junior Alyssa Williams is a very, very good player and has a really high upside. She just needs the playing experience at the varsity level. She got in for a few minutes last year here and there, but not like she's going to be relied upon this year, especially with that 6'2" frame. Will be hopefully a little bit bigger than most of the opponents we face this year. Also, Williams just needs to be more aggressive in the paint and be tough in there. Rebounds. Dig in. When you get a spot, dig in at that block. Dig in the paint and get every rebound that comes off. Senior Marley Toll, still recovering from knee surgery. She is dressed tonight, but has those big old braces on her knees, so we'll just have to wait and see how much she can play. She will really help the cause when she becomes healthy. So, more or less, the first part of the season will be a learning curve at the varsity level for most of the girls this year, as except for Custard and Hicks, not a lot of experience out there on the floor for the varsity Fillies. With that, we'll take a break, come back, and give you the starting lineups of tonight's game. You're listening to the Cynthia and Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports.
Feed your farm.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Game first for Lafayette, as we said, coached by Allison Denton. At one of the guards is number 5, Maria Owens. Owens, a freshman on this year's team. She's joined by Anna Clay Denton, one of the returning starters from last year, a senior. She also plays guard, as does Skylar Davis, who wears the number 33 and is a junior. One of the forwards is Addison Combs, a returner starter from last year. And as we said, she's already verbally committed to play her softball at the University of Kentucky in a couple of years. She's a senior. The other starter, another forward, is a junior, McKinley Emerson. So once again for Lafayette, Owens, Denton Davis, Combs, and Emerson. Meanwhile for Harrison County, one of the guards, Keely Custard, Harrison County's best returning scorer from last year. She's a 5'6" senior. Another guard is Kaylee Banks, who wears the number 25. She's a 5'5" sophomore. At one of the forwards, Naomi Farrar-Laws, who saw quite a few quality minutes last year at the varsity level. She's a 5'8" sophomore. The other forward, Lauren Hicks. Hicks, a 5'6" senior, who wears the number 30. And in the middle, a 6'2" junior, number 4, Alyssa Williams. So once again, for the Fillies, it'll be Custard, Banks, Farrar-Laws, Hicks, and Williams. So there are your starters for both teams. As far as the history between these two schools, this will be the 16th time they've met on the hardwood in girls basketball, and right now Lafayette has the edge 8-7. However, here on the Hilltop, Harrison County leads the series 5-2. They played each other last year over at the Bourbon County Holiday Classic, and in that particular ball game, Lafayette won 59-34. The last time they played here on the Hilltop was in December of 2018, some 7 years ago, with Harrison County winning that ball game 53-43. It's a series that began back in January of 1976 when the Fillies went to Lexington and lost 45-37. About to have the national anthem right now, the Harrison County Air Force Junior ROTC presenting the colors. The band, the Harrison County High School Marching Band, will be playing the national anthem. We'll take a listen to that, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Lafayette. But right now, our Star Spangled Banner.
Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Get you back to whatever. Orthopedic care. At 85.
Two-by-fours and nails, paint and brushes. No matter the season, we say go red.
And Lafayette in the first game of the season. We'll see how things go after that. Fillies will be back in action on Friday when they'll host Woodford County. So a couple of chances for y'all to see the Fillies play this week here at home. Then on Saturday, we'll head to Erlanger to take on Lloyd Memorial. That will be a 3:30 JV start and a 5 o'clock varsity start in case you're going on up to Northern Kentucky to support your Fillies up there. Meanwhile, the Thoroughbreds lost last night here at home to Bourbon County, 47-43. They'll be back in action here at home on Thursday when they'll host Frankfort, and then another game on Saturday, another home game against Grant County. So 3 home games for the Thoroughbreds this week. We're ready to go now. Jumping center, Naomi Farrar-Laws on one side of the midcourt stripe. On the other, Addison Combs, and the tap is controlled by Lafayette. With the ball in the front court, Maria Owens. Owens against the man-to-man Harrison County pressure, dribbles to the left side, long range. Now gets it in front of the Harrison County bench to Davis. Davis lobs the ball inside, and picking up a bad shot that time was Emerson, but on the offside, coming down with the board was Denton. With the ball, a long three-pointer is no good, and the rebound brought down by Hicks. Into the front court come the Fillies. Here's a pass down low, knocked away, loose ball on the floor, goes out of bounds, last touched by Lafayette. So Harrison County will have possession. From our own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Farrar Laws. Farrar Laws looking. Somebody get open. Gets the ball eventually now to Banks. Banks brings the ball to the right elbow. Now a skip pass to the far side to Custard. Custard goes baseline, but is trapped down there and dribbles out of it back to the top of the key, where she'll circle around inside the center circle to reset the offense. Look for this to be a patient Harrison County team, as we just don't have a big scorer, as it were. Custer with the basketball up top to the right side to Banks, on the baseline to Hicks. Hicks lobs the ball to Williams. Her shot's put up and no good. Gets her own rebound, and we'll get it back into the hands of Hicks. Here's a pass inside, knocked away. Loose ball as bodies hit the floor, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow will keep the Rock in Harrison County's possession. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more. Here's a pass knocked away. Loose ball is going to be picked up by the Generals. Up the floor and into the front court comes Lafayette. At the top of the key is Owens. Owens gets the ball underneath the basket, and driving and laying it up and in will be Emerson. So McKinley Emerson gets the first points of the night. She puts her team up 2-0 after that particular drive to the basket. We've played a couple of minutes. Custer to the left side, long range to Farrar Laws. Farrar Laws skip pass up top to Banks. Banks ball fake, moves inside the arc, gets the ball to the block to Williams. He'll get it back on the wing to Custard. Skip pass to Banks for a three, air ball. Long rebound comes to Davis, and into the front court with the basketball come the Lady Generals. Leading 2-0. Across the timeline comes Denton. Denton gets the ball on the baseline to Davis. She'll skip a pass underneath the basket to Emerson. Emerson back up top to Combs. Combs drives and lost the ball off of her leg and out of bounds. So each team with a turnover now. Harrison County with the ball. A decent crowd for tonight's lid lifter. Still awfully cold out there. Surprise snow when I got up this morning, but the roads, by the time I took off for work, passable. With the ball in the front court, Harrison County up top, Custer to the left side to Banks. Banks lobs the ball on the backdoor cut to Farrar Laws. She'll get it to the foul line to Custard. A leaner is good. Keely Custard with her first points of the game. And Harrison County is tied at 2 apiece on that runner. 5:07 left to go in the first quarter. Into the front court with the basketball come the Lady Generals. Pass into the paint to Combs. Combs now has the ball knocked out of her hands, but with the loose ball, Davis. Davis on the left side to Emerson. Her shot from 15 is no good, but coming down with the rebound, we're going to have a tie-up. And now the alternating possession arrow faces Lafayette. First sub of the game coming in for Harrison County, Annika Daly. Daly making her first appearance at the varsity level, a 5'4" 7th grader, and played really, really well in the JV game. This kid is going to be something special. With the basketball underneath the basket, Denton tries a pass, knocked away, and last touch by Harrison County, they're going to say. Davis wears the number 1 on the back of her jersey. Over in front of the stable to inbounds the pass will be Owens. 2-2 your score, 4:38 left in the first quarter. Here's a pass in between the circles to Davis. Davis surveys the Harrison County defense, backs up inside the circle, drifts to the right side, now gets to Combs in front of the stable. Tries to drive, but her dribble is knocked out of bounds by Davis. So Lafayette will maintain possession. Looking for someone to take the ball out of bounds. Finally, Coming over as a volunteer, it will be Denton. Denton gets the ball up top to Owens, to Davis on the left side, long range. Davis over on the right side to Combs. She'll look over to Coach Denton to see what play she wants to run. Denton drives to the baseline where she's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be whistled against Farrar Laws. It'll be Naomi's first personal foul. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass this time will be Denton. Denton lobs ball up top to Davis. Davis drives to the elbow, pass to the left side, ball knocked away, and the loose ball is going to be off the leg of Owens and out of bounds. So give the ball back to Harrison County as both teams just a little bit rusty coming out of the gates here in their first game of the season. Inbounds pass comes to Davis. She'll get it back to Custard. Custard, an 1,000-point scorer for Harrison County in her career. Gets the ball to Davis on the right side. Davis looking for help as she picks up her dribble. Now has the ball back tapped away from behind, and the loose ball picked up by Lafayette. Into the front court comes Denton. Denton to the left side to Davis for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. And the long rebound is going to come into the hands of Combs. With the basketball on the floor, loose ball picked up by Farrar Laws. And now Farrar Laws gets the ball to Custard. Custard to Farrar Laws. Farrar Laws into the front court on the near sideline. Drives to the block. Her shot's going to be blocked, but they're going to call a personal foul, and I believe it's going to be on Emerson. That'll be Emerson's first personal foul. 3:27 left to go in the first quarter. Farrar Laws to the free throw line, trying to break this 2-2 tie and give her team its first lead of the game. Farrar Laws just a sophomore. First free throw is going to roll off, no good. Substitution coming in, Marley Toll. Toll, a 5'9" senior, did not get to play at all last year because of injury. So very good to have her back on the floor. Good senior leader. Second free throw by Farrar Laws is good. And that will give Harrison County the 3-2 lead here with just 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. With the back tap into the backcourt. Oh, they're going to say that Combs touched it before it went across. So very nice defensive play by Farrar Laws. Harrison County with the rock. They lead 3-2. 3:14. That's pie to you and me. On the clock from her own baseline, Farrar Laws looking. Lobs it up top. Ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Owens. Owens underneath the basket finds a wide open Denton. And Denton lays it up and in. And that will be Denton's first points of the night and gives her team a 4-3 lead at the 3:02 mark of this basketball game. With the basketball up top, this time is Custard. Gets it down low and putting it up and in will be Farrar Laws. Nice job working the ball around that time by the Fillies. Puts them in front 5-4 with 2:34 left to go in the first quarter. There's a pass down on the block. Emerson has it taken away from her by Davis. Davis into the front court, has the ball back tapped away from behind. Harrison County will maintain possession. Billy showing some pretty intense defense out there. From her own baseline, Davis to trigger the inbounds pass. Davis gets it underneath the basket, and it's going to be taken away by Combs. Into the front court come the Lady Generals, trailing by one. Shot put up no good by Owens. And they're going to say a charge is going to be assessed against Denton. So it'll be Denton's first personal foul and the fifth turnover of the first quarter on Lafayette. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Are you looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always says support your Breds and your Fillies. Here's a pass intended for Custard that'll be knocked out of bounds by Lafayette's Owens. And now back in the game, Banks returns for Harrison County, replacing Davis. Just to the left of her own bench, Farrar Laws will be inbounding the ball. Gets into the backcourt to Custard. Custer crosses the timeline, moves in between the circles, passes to the right side to For Our Laws, now to the left side to Banks. Banks up top to Custer. Custer to lob down on the baseline. Shot put up no good this time by Harrison County's Lauren Hicks, but they're going to call a foul. So Hicks to the line for the first time tonight. Her team leading 5-4, $1:48 left to go in the first quarter. Hicks, a senior, her first free throw is off the back of the flange, no good. Coming in now for Harrison County, Nia Marks. Marks, a 5'6" junior who really came on at the last part of last season. Gained herself some quality varsity minutes in the last basically 3 weeks of the year. Second free throw by Hicks is going to be called off as one of our girls got into the lane a little bit too quickly. So give the ball back to Lafayette, trailing 5-4, a low-scoring first quarter, much as we expected it to be. In the front court, Combs has it at the top of the key. Combs drives, gets it in the corner. Davis for three, no good, rolls off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. Last touch by Lafayette, so Harrison County will have the ball. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan to visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. In the front court, Banks in front of the Lafayette bench. Looking for help, gets the ball to Hicks. Hicks now dribbles to this three-point line. Her three-point try is no good, but with the rebound, Marley Toll. Toll looking for help, gets the ball inside the arc to Hicks. Hicks to Banks, Banks to Marks. Marks cannot control it, but she is able to chase the ball down. She'll get the ball to Custer. The floater in the lane is no good. And on the rebound is going to be Addison Combs. And as Addison goes to the basket, she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be assessed to Hicks. That'll be Lauren's first personal foul. And we'll send Combs to the line where she is looking for her first points of the season. First free throw by Combs is on the way and no good, off to the left. Back in the game, Williams returns for Harrison County. Also checking in for the Fillies, Risa Heimlich. Heimlich, a 5'8" senior on this year's club. Second free throw upcoming for Combs, trying to tie this game with under a minute left to go in the first quarter. It's on its way, and this one will roll off as well. And grabbing the rebound, Williams, her second of the first quarter. Into the front court comes Custard. Custard, between a triple team, is going to travel. Got herself in trouble and just had no avenue to get out of that trouble except to turn the ball over. So give the ball back to Lafayette. Inbounds pass this time will come to Denton. Denton across the timeline. Gets it to the left side, long range to Combs. Combs in between the circles now to Owens. Owens at the top of the key finds Denton. Denton pass to the right side. Here's the three fired up, no good. And the rebound is brought down this time by Banks. So into the front court come the Fillies. 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Harrison looks as though they're going in for the last shot of the quarter, leading 5-4. Custard in between the circles to the left side to Marks. Marks double team, looking for help. Gets to Banks. Banks to Williams. Ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Lafayette. 5 seconds left. Racing into the front court, Combs. Right side three. No good. So, at the end of one quarter of play, your score, Harrison County 5 and Lafayette 4. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Baseball score, basically, here in the first quarter, 5-4. We did have a tie and 3 lead changes, though, as it ended up, despite the few number of points that were put in the hole. Starting out the second quarter, Harrison County will have the ball. Custard back in the game, will walk the ball into the front court, gets it in the corner over on the far side to Heimlich. Heimlich to Williams. Custard down low to Marks. Marks spins at the block, now lost the ball, and we're going to have a foul called on Lafayette. It's going to be called on Emerson. That'll be McKinley. Emerson's second personal foul. From our own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Heimlich. Well, better tell you, Risa Heimlich, because her sister May also plays. Here's a pass inside, knocked away and stolen by Lafayette. Fast break in the front court. On the right side is a 3 fired up, no good by Denton, but she goes and gets the loose ball. Here's a shot from the top of the key, no good by Denton, and this time, Risa Heimlich will come down with the rebound. In the front court come the Fillies, and we're going to have a whistle away from the basketball. It's going to be a foul on Denton, and that'll be Anna Clay Denton's second personal foul. Hicks and Farrar-Laws back in for Harrison County. For Lafayette, making her first appearance, Charlie Foster. Charlie Foster's a freshman. She spells Charlie C-H-A-R-L-E-I-G-H. From her own baseline, Farrar-Laws gets the ball to the block to Hicks, back to Farrar-Laws, now on the wing to Banks. Banks to the foul line to Williams. Turnaround shot is going to be blocked. And with the rebound, Lafayette in the front court, racing to the basket and making the shot will be Combs. So Combs puts her team back out on top. And we'll have a chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. If she can make this free throw here. 6-5, Lafayette back out on top. 7:12 left to go in the second quarter. Free throw on the way and no good. And the rebound will go out of bounds. Last touched by Lafayette. For over 70 years, Weber's Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. In the front court, Banks lobs a pass over to the far side to Hicks. Hicks tries to pass the ball to Williams, but it's knocked away and stolen by Lafayette. Into the front court, come the Lady Generals. Wide open, Davis, left side three, off the flange, and going and grabbing the rebound. Farrar-Laws. Farrar-Laws into the front court. Gets the ball on the baseline to Custard. Custard to Banks on the wing. Up top finds Farrar-Laws. Over on the left side now, Hicks has it. She'll get it on the baseline to Williams, and Williams will have the ball knocked out of her hands and off of her own leg. So give the ball back on the turnover to Lafayette as Marley Toll comes back in the game. 9 turnovers now by the Fillies. Lafayette has committed 5. In the front court, right side, long range Owens, and she'll travel. An unforced error that time. 6:22 left to go in the first half. 6-5 your score. Harrison County's gone on a little bit of a lull as they have not scored since the 2:34 mark of the first quarter. So about 4 minutes without a basket. Toll at the foul line, tries a pass, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Lafayette. In the front court to the basket, Denton, who lays it up and in. And Clay Denton on the fast break puts her team up 8-5 with 5:56 left to go in this first half of play. Now we're going to have a foul away from the basketball on Owens in the front court. So 5:54 on the clock, 8-5, the lead for Lafayette. From their own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be for our Laws. For our Laws, looking, lobs it, taken away by Davis, who just looked like a linebacker there, but then she throws it away herself. Custer to the left side to Farrar Laws. Farrar Laws is tripped as she goes into the paint, and that foul is going to be on Owens, and that'll be Owens' second. So Owens, Dent, and Emerson each with a couple of fouls apiece. Nobody in foul trouble for Harrison County right now. From her own baseline. Oh, Coach Watson wants a timeout. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Just trying to verify and confirm that the girls know what it is that he is wanting them to do as they trail 8-5. Cincinnati Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's at Hardee's in Cynthiana. We're talking about what the Breads and Fillies basketball teams have coming up. Our boys wrestling team will be in action over at the middle school on Saturday as they'll host the annual Harrison County Wrestling Invitational Tournament. Meanwhile, the Fillies wrestling team will be on the road down to Hazard as they'll take on the Lady Commodores of Perry County Central. That's on Saturday. The bowling team will have a round-robin competition out at Galactic Alley on Saturday. And then on Sunday, our bowling team will head to Flemingsburg, to Fleming County's bowling alley over there. And the archery team will also be in action this weekend on Friday. They'll be at Pendleton County. Best of luck to our archers, bowlers, and, of course, our basketball players as well. Here's a long three by Custard that's no good. And racing down the rebound was Foster. In the front court come the Lady Generals, leading 8-5. Over on the far side, Combs gets the ball in between the circles of Foster. To the left side to Owens, long range. Owens in between the circles now to Combs. To the right side, long range to Foster. Foster being guarded heavily by Banks. Bounce pass down on the baseline to Davis. Davis in the paint to Combs. Her shot's put up and good. Addison Combs on the drive to the basket. And the Lafayette Lady Generals up 10-5 on that layup. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Phillies down by 5 as they've been doubled up by the Lady Generals. Here's a pass intended for Toll. They'll be knocked out of bounds by Foster. Now a quick timeout call by Allison Denton as she sees something that she feels needs to be corrected before we go on. 4:55 left to go in the first half, and the Lady Generals lead right now by a score of 10-5. The live YouTube broadcast of this game is proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau and Farm Credit Mid-America. If you want to watch the action and listen to it at the same time, visit youtube.com/WCYN Sports. Don't ask me how it works. I'm pretty sure that the internet and magic are kind of the same thing because I don't understand either. And I've made it through 61 years without knowing, so I think I'm on a good streak right now to stay ignorant. All right, we had a substitution come in. Oh, Davis back in the game, or Daly, excuse me. Annika Daly back in the game. Daly lobs the ball inside, knocked away. Daly picks it up, goes to the basket, but misses the layup. And the rebound will go out of bounds. Last touch by Lafayette, so Harrison County will maintain possession. 10-5 is your score. The 11 turnovers by Harrison really sticking out like a sore thumb. Daly lobs the ball up top to Custard, who might have traveled. And as she goes to the basket, she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be assessed to Owens. That'll be Maria Owens' third. Going to the line for the first time tonight will be Custard. Trying to stop this slow streak. First free throw's on the way and good. 3 points now altogether for Keeley. And that will get Harrison County back to within 4 at 10-6. Second free throw is also good by the senior Keeley Custard. Into the front court, up now by 3 come the Lady Generals. As we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Pass up top and into the hands of Foster. Left side, Owens has it. She'll get it between the circles of Combs. Over to the right side, long range once again to Foster. Foster finds help in Davis at the top of the key. Davis will pass to the left side, long range, this time to Combs. Combs up top to Owens. Good defense by Harrison County, man to man. Here's a pass down on the block, though, to Combs, who lays up and in. 6 second quarter points for Combs. Puts her team back up 12-7 on that layup as we hit the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Down by 5, pass to the left side to Daly. Daly back to the near side, ball goes out of bounds. On the turnover, get the ball back to Lafayette. Coming into the game for Harrison County for the first time, May Heimlich. May Heimlich, a 5'9" sophomore. So the Lady Generals with the basketball. Had a tie and 4 lead changes. But right now, Lady Generals offense starting to come out a little bit faster than Harrison County's. Davis between the circles will get the ball to Emerson, who's returned. Now Owens puts up an air ball. Hicks was going for the rebound, but unfortunately couldn't grab the rock, so the ball will remain in Lafayette's hands. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Davis. Davis gets the ball on the wing to Combs. Combs up top to Owens. Owens gets the ball in the paint to Davis. She's double teamed, looking for help. Gets it back up top to Owens. Owens drives to the block, and as she does, we're going to have a foul out front. And I believe it's going to be on Daly, and it is. Monica Daly's first personal foul. From her own baseline, Davis to trigger the inbounds pass. 3:19 left to go in the first half. Harrison County trails 12-7. Up top with the basketball for Lafayette. Foster, she'll get the ball to Owens. Owens lobs the ball inside, knocked away, and loose ball picked up by the Fillies. Custard in the front court, lobs the ball in the corner to Daly, fires a 3, short. Rebound picked up by Custard. Her putback is good. Nice job that time by Keeley. On the putback, Custard gets her team back to within 3 at 12-9. 2:50 left to go in the first half. Pass to the left side now to Combs. Combs in the paint is going to be fouled as she cuts to the basket. This time it's going to be called on Hicks. That'll be Lauren's second personal foul. Do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. At the line, Combs, where she's 0 for 3, makes this one and scores her 7th point of the quarter. Makes it 13-9 score. 2:41 left in the half. Second free throw for Combs upcoming. It's on the way and good as well. She has a team high and game high 8 points. And right now, Lafayette has equaled its largest lead of the ball game at 14-9. Into the front court come the Fillies. Custard with it. Pass to the right side to Daly. Daly in the paint to May Heimlich. Back to Daly for a 3. In and out. A little too much English. Here's a rebound that's going to be pulled in by May Heimlich. But her putback is no good, and Combs gets another board. She has 4 here in the first half. In the front court, Combs gets it up top to Davis, fakes the 3. Back over on the right side to Combs, long range. Combs to the top of the key to Foster, left side Davis. Davis looks inside, nothing there. Dribbling against the defense of Banks, gets over on the right side, long range once again to Foster. Foster picks up her dribble, tries a pass inside, knocked away, but the loose ball picked up by Lafayette. Owens tries a pass, and it is going to be loose in the backcourt, picked up by Davis. She'll get it into the hands of Owens. Owens on the baseline, a 3 fired up and good. Are they going to call it a 2? Just a 2-point shot for Emerson. McKinley Emerson gives her team the largest lead they've had tonight at 7. So Emerson with the long 15-footer, we'll call it. Makes it 16-9. Put that on on the baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Farrar Laws. Gets it up top to Daly. Daly from the left elbow, jump shot, no good. And Combs will come down with the rebound. Into the front court with the basketball. Owens to the right side, long range to Combs. Combs to Davis at the elbow. Davis back in between the circles to the top of the key to Foster. Left side, Owens has it. Owens to the foul line to Combs. She'll back it back out again to reset the offense. Skip pass to the near side to Emerson. Emerson on the baseline to Davis. Davis back to Combs, back to Owens as the Lady Generals working the ball around with under a minute to go here in this first half. 16-9. The score was Harrison 5-4 at the end of the first quarter. They've scored just 5 points here in the second 8 minutes. Here's a pass at the elbow to Davis. Skip pass to the far side. Foster, 12-footer, no. And the rebound will be brought down by Custard. Up the floor with the basketball comes Banks. Banks underneath the basket finds Farrar Laws. Now to May Heimlich. Air ball. And unable to grab the rebound. Unable to grab the rebound for that time was Davis, so Harrison will maintain possession of the ball. Triggering the inbounds pass with 15 seconds left will be Farrar Laws. Laws lobs it to Daly. Daly drives, lobs the ball inside. Nice pass to Custer. Back out on the wing to Banks for a three. Yes! Banks with her first Joe Cochran out at State Farm three-pointer. Coming down in the waning seconds. A three put up by Combs is way off the mark. And that will bring us to the end of the first half of play with your score. Harrison County trailing the Lady Generals of Lafayette. So try to write something down and talk at the same time. 16-12 your score. We invite you to stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll over all the scoring and statistics from this first half of play on the lid lifter of the season for both of these squads. But once again, your halftime score, Lafayette 16, Harrison County 12. You're listening to Philly basketball and the State Farm Joe Cochran halftime show on WCYN Sports.
Since 19...
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Time, and as a result,
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
with the lead, 16-12. It was a very, very low-scoring first quarter, with Harrison County going into the second 8 minutes leading 5-4. But that's when Lafayette woke up pretty much, going on what would end up being a 12-4 run, which put them up as much as 7 points at one point. But a last-second three-pointer by Kaylee Banks gives Harrison County still very much in striking distance at 16-12. Taking a look at the individual scoring, first for Lafayette, they're paced by Addison Combs, who has 8 points here at the break. 4 points each for both Anna Clay Denton and McKinley Emerson rounds out the scoring. Also playing but not scoring, Maria Owens, Skylar Davis, and Charlie Foster. Meanwhile, the Fillies, paced by Keely Custard's 6 points, and then 3 points apiece for both Naomi Farrar-Laws and that tray by Kaylee Banks for her 3 points as well. Also getting into the game but not scoring, Alyssa Williams, Lauren Hicks, Annika Daly, Risa Heimlich, May Heimlich, and Marley Toll. That's the way the individual numbers stack up. We'll take a break and come back and tell you what the team stats look like right after this timeout. Your halftime score once again, Lafayette 16, Harrison County 12. You're listening to the halftime show brought to you by State Farm and Joe Cochran on WCYN Sports.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Let's take a look at the team stats. Harrison County just 4 for 16 in the first half as far as shooting from the floor is concerned. That's 25%. They were 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Lafayette not a whole lot better at 7 of 21. That's 33.3%. They attempted 9 shots from beyond the perimeter and were 0 for. From the free throw stripe, Harrison County 3 for 4 for 75%, while the Lady Generals were 2 out of 5 for 40% from the line. Turnovers, as we said, a big issue for Harrison County in that first half. They committed 12, while Lafayette committed 8 miscues themselves. And that's why it's still a very close game at 16-12. Both teams had 10 rebounds in the first half. For Lafayette, 4 offensive and 6 defensive rebounds. They were paced in that department by Addison Combs' 5. Meanwhile, the same numbers, 4 and 6, 4 offensive and 6 defensive rebounds for the Fillies. The leading scorer for Harrison County in the first half was a couple of players. Both Alyssa Williams and Keely Custard have 2 rebounds apiece. We had 1 tie and 4 lead changes in that first half, but only 1 lead change in the second quarter, which put Lafayette on top by as many as 7 points. They right now lead by a margin of 4. Once again, I want to remind you that the Fillies will be back in action on Friday here on the Hilltop as they'll take on the Lady Yellow Jackets of Woodford County. Quite possibly, Woodford County will be the best team that Harrison County will face all season long. And then on Saturday, the Fillies will head north to Erlanger to take on the Lady Juggernauts of Lloyd Memorial High School. Meanwhile, the Breds on Thursday will host Frankfort, and on Saturday will host Grant County. Bowling teams, once again, the boys are wrestling. We'll start with wrestling. The boys wrestling team on Saturday will be hosting the Harrison County Wrestling Invitational Tournament over at the middle school. Meanwhile, the Fillies wrestling team will head south to Perry County Central. The bowling team will be in action on Saturday with a round robin, and will head to Fleming County on Sunday to their bowling alley over there. And the archery team also will be in action on Friday. They will be participating in a contest against the Pendleton County Wildcats and Lady Cats. So best of luck to our archers, bowlers, wrestlers, and of course we'll be here for the basketballers. All right, back on the floor, Lafayette. We'll take a break and come back with the third quarter handoff right after this timeout. Once again, your halftime score, Lafayette 16, Harrison County 12. You've been listening to the halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran at State on WCYN Sports.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
All righty, we are mere seconds away from the second half. Third quarter handoff. Get things back on the right track. Maybe that three-pointer by Banks to end the first half will give our team a little bit of momentum as they're sticking right with Lafayette, trailing just 16-12. Harrison County High School pep band along with us tonight. Always good to see them here. Michael Stone, the director. And every year it's the same thing. You see a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces, or not old faces so much as familiar faces, as the circle of sports in high school keeps on rotating year after year after year. All right, Lafayette will have the ball to begin the second half, leading 16-12. Combs, who has had a good first half with 8 points and 5 boards, will inbounds the ball to Owens. Owens back to Combs on the left side, long range, guarded by Banks. She'll get it up top and into the hands of Emerson. Emerson to Owens on the wing, back in between the circles. She'll find Combs. Daly approaches Combs. Now a ball is knocked away. Loose ball, though, picked up by Foster. In the paint, Combs on the baseline. Davis for a 12-footer, good. Davis with her first points of the night. And that will put her team up by a score of 18-12. 11-footer in the front court come the Fillies with 7:31 left to go. Left side, Daly on the baseline. Hicks tries a pass. It'll be knocked out of bounds by Combs, although the Fillies will maintain possession. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more. Inbounding the ball, actually, it will be Banks. Banks looking, gets the ball to Daly. Turnaround jumper, short. Rebound pulled once again down by Combs. Up the floor and into the front court come the Lady Generals, leading 18-12. We've played a minute of the third quarter. Davis with it in between the circles. Davis just got her first basket of the night. She'll get it into the corner over on the far side to Combs. Combs on the wing to Owens. Owens in between the circles. She'll find Foster. Now on the wing on this side, long range, it's Emerson, who will find Davis in the corner. Davis gets it back in between the circles once again to Emerson. Emerson to the left side, long range to Foster. Foster in between the circles to Owens. To the right side to Emerson. In the corner finds Combs. Combs lobs the ball inside to Davis. Double team. Tried a pass, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Harrison County. Up the floor quickly comes Custard on the left side, long range. Custard in between the circles, right side to Daly. Daly back to Custard, to the left side to Hicks. Hicks back out top to Custard once again, who will reset the offense as she stares down the 2-3 Lafayette zone. We played a couple of minutes of this third quarter, 18-12. Banks left side on the baseline to Hicks. 10-footer off the front of the rim, no good. And coming down with the rebound will be Davis. Into the front court with the basketball will be Owens, to the right side to Combs, long range. Combs being harassed by Banks, gets it to the top of the key to Foster. Down to the left side to Owens, long range. Owens has the ball back tapped away from behind by Daly, and as Owens goes and chases the ball, she'll step on the sideline. So a nice defensive play by Daly, forcing a turnover. Harrison County needs to start taking advantage of some of these missed shots and turnovers by the Lady Generals. Inbounds pass comes to Custard. She'll hand it off to Daly. Daly to the left side to Hicks, long range, gets it on the baseline to Banks. Banks to Williams. Williams left side, throws the ball away. Loose ball picked up by Davis. Davis in the front court to Owens. Owens steps inside the center circle, now lobs it to the left side, the long range, this time to Combs. Combs signals the play, pass to the left side to Foster beyond the arc, and now a foul is going to be called on Daly, who was going for the steal. There'll be 2 fouls on Daly. Over at the far sideline near the hash mark, inbounding the ball will be Combs. Combs looking for a little help. Lobs it in between the circles to Owens. She'll back up inside the center circle to reset the offense. Crosses over her dribble, goes into the paint. A floater from 10 is no good. And Williams will get the rebound this time for Harrison County, and then has the ball taken away from her like a baby getting candy. With the basketball over on the left side, Owens. Owens drives in the paint. Euro step, misses the layup, and the rebound pulled in by Custard. Up the floor into the front court come the Fillies, needing a basket. Racing all the way to the basket, never stopping was Custard, and she now has 8 points. Big shot there by Keeley on the layup coast to coast as she gets her team back to within 4 at 18-14. 4:26 left to go in the third quarter, and now attempting a steal was Davis, but she was a little bit too late. Coming in now for Lafayette will be Denton. She'll check in. Harrison County with the basketball down by 4. Another low-scoring quarter. And these two defensive teams. Custard will jog the ball to the front court. Pass to the right side to Banks. Back up top to Custard to the left side. She'll find Hicks in front of the Harrison County bench. Now back to Banks up top. Gets it to Davis in between the circles. Daly, excuse me. In the paint is Williams. Right side to Custard. A floater from 10 is off the mark. Rebound batted around. Custard has it. Goes back up. Makes a shot. Nice job being tenacious about that by Custard. She has 10 points. And Harrison County back out or behind by 2, 18-16. 3:45 left to go in the third quarter. With the basketball near the far hash mark is Denton. Denton drives, gets it in the corner to Foster for a 3, short, and Custard chases down the rebound. And here come the Fillies with a chance to retake the lead. Going coast to coast is Custard again and lays it in. Now we got a timeout called by Lafayette, just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But we are all knotted up at 18-18. It's our second tie of the ball game, in fact. So the Fillies reeling off 7 straight points after falling down late in the second quarter by that 7-point margin to even things up at 18-18. Just good hustling defense. Now, Lafayette's only made 2 turnovers here in the second half, but they've also only made 1 shot out of 4. So the Fillies showing what they're made of. And, you know, you can always tell some things really early on in the season. And even though our defense wasn't bad last year, I tell you what, this year's defense is very, very good. With the basketball out of the timeout comes Lafayette. Up top, Denton gets to the left side, long range to Davis, and Davis is going to be fouled by Daly, and that's going to be 3 on Annika Daly. 7th grader in her first varsity game. Over at the far hash mark to inbounds the ball will be Combs, but first a substitution as Risa Heimlich will come back in for Daly. Inbounds pass comes to the backcourt to Combs. She'll recross the midcourt circle as she directs some traffic from just inside the top of the key. Pass to the right side, long range to Davis. Davis back up top to Denton. Denton looks at the clock, sees we're under 3 minutes here in the third quarter, and the score is still tied at 18. Pass to the left side, long range, this time to Foster. Back up top, she'll get the ball to Combs, to Foster. A pass down low, gets away, but the loose ball picked up by Davis. She'll get it to Denton. Her 3 is no good, and this time coming down with the rebound will be Risa Heimlich. Into the front court come the Fillies, a chance to take the lead. They've led early in this game. Risa Heimlich in the paint to Hicks to the right side, finds Banks. Banks, a floater, and we're going to have the ball go out of bounds. Last touch by Harrison County. Got to a little bit of traffic that time, but tell you what, Banks can play. Banks is one of those kids that has a sense, a sixth sense about how the game is played. It's fun to watch her play. With the basketball, Lafayette pass inside, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Custard, and here come the Fillies on the run. Custard, a floater, up and good. And Keely Custard has given Harrison County the lead back, this time at 20-18 on that coast-to-coast layup. 1:55 left to go in the third quarter. Down by 2 are the Lady Generals. Harrison County right now on an 8-0 run. Davis up top gets the ball to Combs. Now Combs double team, gets the ball to Davis. Right side 3, got it. Rattled that 3 home, did Skylar Davis. And that will put our Lady Generals back up top by a score of 21-20. Minute 25 left. Our 6th lead change of the night. Up top, Banks. Right side, Risa Heimlich. Risa gets the ball in the paint to Hicks. Hicks in the corner to Custard for a 3. Just barely grazed the rim. Rebound pulled in. And then a missed shot. Risa Heimlich got the offensive board, but couldn't make the shot. Denton got the rebound. Up by 1 with under a minute to go. Lafayette here in the third quarter. Up top, Combs. Right side, Davis. Davis gets it to the top of the key to Denton. Denton backs up now and lobs the ball to the elbow. Knocked away. Loose ball picked up this time by Banks. Banks, pass underneath, is going to be kicked. So the Fillies will maintain possession. Coming in for Lafayette, Kalaya Broadnax, a sophomore. And also coming in is Emerson. For Harrison County, Annika Daly comes back into the game. From her own baseline, Banks gets the ball to the elbow to Hicks. Hicks up top to Risa Heimlich. In the corner finds Daly. Daly now will make a pass to Farrar Laws, and Farrar Laws is going to be fouled by Owens, who is going for the steal. That'll be 4 on Owens. So she's going to have to be careful, although she played a long time with 3 fouls. From just in front of the Harrison County bench, Banks, her team down by 1 with 26 seconds left to go in the third, gets the ball to Custard. Back to Banks, to Hicks, skip pass to Daly. In the corner finds Custard. Custard drives, puts up a shot, and it's good. And Keely Custard with her 14th point puts Harrison County back out on top by a score of 22-21. Waning seconds to the third quarter. This ball is stolen by Daly. Daly at the buzzer. A 3-quarter court shot is just off the mark. Good try, though. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, your score, Harrison County 22, Lafayette 21. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sports.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Hilltop, we got a wild and woolly affair going on between the Fillies and the Lady Generals of Lafayette. 2 ties, 7 lead changes. And right now, Harrison County up by 1 in the JV game. We had a similar score. Harrison County winning the JV game 31-30. Let's see what happens here in the nightcap. Harrison County will have the ball first with it. Custard across the timeline, drifts to the left side where she'll find Farrar Laws. Laws then throws the ball away. Just a bad pass. Up the floor and into the front court comes Lafayette's Denton. Denton directing traffic inside the center circle as she wants to make sure her offense is where they're supposed to be. Harrison County is backed up into a 2-3 zone. They're making sure everyone knows where they're supposed to be. Up top of the basketball, Denton. Denton to the top of the key to Emerson, over to the left side to Owens, now into the hands of Denton once again. She'll get it on the near side, long range to Davis. Davis up top and in between the circles to Denton. She'll find Combs on the right side. All this happening about 25 feet from the basket. With the basketball in between the circles, Denton. She'll hand it off to Davis. Davis at the top of the key, dribbles to the left side, gets to the far hash mark to Owens. Owens back up top once again to Davis. Emerson. Davis once again has the ball in between the circles, pass to the left side to Owens. Back up top once again to Davis. Davis dribbles to the right side, spins. Now gets it between the circles to Combs. Over on the left side, she'll find Owens up top to Davis once again. Davis just yo-yoing the ball up top, gets the ball to the near sideline near the hash to Denton. Denton in between the circles once again to Davis. Davis to Combs. In the corner, she'll find Denton. Denton now in between the circles once again to Davis. Back to Denton on the right side. Now back up top to Combs. She'll find Davis. Over to the left side, long range to Owens. Back up top to Davis once again. Davis lobs the ball to Combs on the left wing. And now gets it back into the hands of Denton in between the circles to the left side to Owens, long range. Now back into the hands of Denton. Denton to the left side to Combs. In the corner finds Owens. Skip pass knocked away, but the loose ball is going to be chased down by Denton. Denton backs up inside the center circle to reset the offense as we played 2 minutes. And the team that got the handoff to start the fourth quarter still has it on their first possession. Here's a 3 by Davis. That's no good. And there to pick up the rebound is Lauren Hicks. Into the front court with the basketball come the Fillies. They lead by 1. Pass over on the far side to Risa Heimlich. She tries a pass inside that's knocked away and stolen by Lafayette. Into the front court, racing to the basket is Denton, and she's going to be fouled by Daly. That'll be Annika Daly's 4th personal foul. Back in the game, Banks returns. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Denton. Gets it in the corner to Combs, up top to Owens. Owens back in the corner, finds Davis. Davis down low to Combs, puts up a shot, good, and she's fouled. And Combs will have a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play as she is able to get her team back in the lead, 23-22, with a chance at the old 3-point play. 5:18 on the clock. Free throw by Combs. Combs is 2 for 5 tonight from the charity stripe. This time her free throw is good. She has 11 points now and puts her team up 24-22. In the front court with the basketball comes Custard. Custard lobs the ball to Banks. Back to Custard, left side. Risa Heimlich. Here's a pass. Picked up by Banks. It's over to the far side to Custard. Nearly double team, but dribbles out of it. And it'll bring it ball back out top to reset. Over in the corner, Risa Heimlich has it. Risa has the ball taken away from her for a turnover. That's 17 turnovers on the night for the Fillies, and it's killing us. Lafayette has 13. Into the front court with the basketball, Jensen, her team up by a deuce. 4.5 left to go in the fourth quarter, as both teams have been milking the clock. Lob to the left elbow to Combs. Left side, a three fired up is no good. Rebound brought down. Once again, no good by Denton. And now another three by Denton is also no good. And it goes out of bounds, last touched by the Generals. All right, Harrison County wants a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. 4:19 left to go. Your score, Lafayette 24, Harrison County 22. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
24-22, Lafayette in the lead. We've had 2 ties and 8 lead changes. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Are you looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and the Fillies. Out of the timeout, Harrison County will have the ball. At the El Paracutan Daily Lunch Specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal. At El Paracutan in the front court, Hicks gets the ball to Custard. A leaner from the left elbows, an air ball, and it will go out of bounds. Last touched by Harrison County. Maybe not the shot we wanted there. It's a little bit rushed. For over 70 years, Weber's Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. Across the timeline with the basketball comes Denton. Denton goes baseline, pushes off, no call, and now gets it up top to Davis. Davis, pass to the right side to Denton once again. Denton picks up her dribble, looking for her help, gets it on the wing to Combs. Combs has had a nice game tonight, 11 points and 6 rebounds. Combs in between the circles, gets it to the far side to Owens, in the paint to Davis for a shot that's no good. Rebound off the hands of Lafayette. Harrison County gets the ball back. Back into the game, Daly returns, despite the 4 personal fouls. 7th graders played well, just a lot to learn. But that's why she's just in 7th grade. Inbounds pass will come to Custard. Custard, chance for her team to tie or go on the lead with a 3. Banks on the baseline, finds Farrar Laws from the block. Her shot is no good, and Combs will come down with the rebound. Into the front court come the Lady Generals. 3:10 left to go. Lafayette still leading by 2. Combs drives to the basket. Her shot blocked by Custard, but they're going to call a foul on Keeley as well, and that will send Combs to the line. There'll be Custard's first personal. That was about as much emotion as I've ever seen Keeley show on the basketball floor. Combs struggling from the line. She's just 3 for 6. 3:03 left to go. Combs can make it a 2-possession game, but she will not be able to as she misses the first free throw. And we'll have another good game on the first game of the year. Highly competitive. Both teams playing like it's the postseason. Second free throw for Combs is on the way, and this one will be good. And we're going to have a timeout by Lafayette. We'll take it as well. 3:03 left to go, your score. Lafayette 25, Harrison 22. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Go, Lafayette leading 25-22. Cynthia and Hardee's want you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's at Hardee's in Cynthiana. Out of the timeout, the Phillies will have the basketball. They need a tray, but they've only gotten one so far, that by Kaylee Banks in the latter stages of the second quarter. Custard will inbounds the ball. The live YouTube broadcast of this game is proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau and Farm Credit Mid-America. Visit youtube.com/WCYN Sports. In the front court, Banks drives baseline, gets to the elbow to Hicks, skip pass to Daly. The 7th grader fires a 3 and it's good! Monica Daly with a Joe Cochran at State Farm three-pointer has tied the game at 25-25. Big shot there by the 7th grader. Icewater intervenes. In the front court with the basketball, Lafayette. Here's a shot from the wing, no good. Rebound is going to be picked up by Daly. Daly gets the ball in the front court, and it's going to be knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. But Lafayette was the last ones to touch it. 25-25, 2:21 left. Farrar Laws inbounds the ball into the backcourt to Custard. Custard crosses the timeline, pass to the left side to Banks. Banks down low to Farrar Laws, drives to the basket, no good, but she's fouled, and will go to the line for 2. Foul's going to be called on Davis. That'll be Skylar Davis's second. And now a timeout called by the Phillies. We'll take it as well. 2:11 left to go, your score. Harrison County 25 and Lafayette likewise. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Shot. Harrison County and Lafayette knotted up at 25-25. A big three-pointer by the 7th grader, Annika Daly, had tied the thing up. Out of the timeout, the Fillies will have the ball. Banks will inbounds it from her own baseline. Somebody get open. Banks gets it to Custard from the block, lays it in. Nice assist by Banks. Big bucket by Custard. And Harrison County has recaptured the lead at 27-25. In the front court with the basketball. It gets away. Loose ball picked up by Davis. She'll fire a three. In and out. Rebound is going to be pulled in, however, by Emerson. With the basketball up top is Combs. Her team down by a deuce. Pass to the left side to Owens. Back up top to Denton. Denton drives to the left elbow. Kicks it in the corner. Here's a three fired up and good. This time by Emerson. And Emerson has given her team the lead back at 28-27. Timeout on the floor, and it is going to be a full timeout. 1:29 left. Your score now. Lafayette 28, Harrison County 27. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sports.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
29 left, still lots of time in this basketball game. Do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Phillies will have the ball after that big three-pointer by McKinley Emerson of Lafayette has given her team the lead back. Across the timeline comes Banks. Stops at the top of the key, gets the ball to Custard. Custard thought about the long three, but turned it down wisely. Overlooking the Lafayette 2-3 zone. Over on the right side, Banks to Custard. To the left side to Farrar Laws. To Banks. Back to Custard again. Now back to Farrar Laws. On the wing. Long range to Custard. Custard back between the circles. Lobs the ball inside to Hicks. Hicks to Farrar Laws for three. No good off the front of the rim. Custard with the rebound. Shot put up no good, but she's going to be fouled. And will be going to the line for two. Big offensive board that time by Keeley. She has 6 rebounds tonight. Custard, 2 for 2 from the line with 55 seconds on the clock. Going to the charity stripe. First free throw by the senior is no good. She can still tie this game up if she can make this free throw here. Second free throw by number 21 is on the way and good. We're tied. Our 4th tie of the ball game. 28-28. 55 seconds left. Making some notes. Into the front court, Combs gets the ball to Denton. Right side, Combs. Combs goes baseline, and a charge is going to be called. Yes, sir. Lauren Hicks, the charge expert, stood right in harm's way. Didn't care about getting knocked down and made a huge play. The turnover gives the ball back to Harrison County. Big play by the senior there. All right, Phillies with the basketball. Game tied at 28, 40 seconds left. Custard will bring the ball up the floor against pressure, the pressure of Owens. But Custard, a wily veteran, Goes coast to coast. Her layup is short, and the rebound is going to be pulled in by Emerson. Tie score. Here come the Lady Generals. Up top with the basketball, Owens, 22 seconds left. Gets the ball to the right side to Denson. Denson in the corner finds Emerson. Emerson to Combs, who will reset the offense. Now back between the circles to Owens. 10 seconds left. Owens drives to the block. Tries a pass, knocked away. Stolen by Hicks, then restolen by Davis, who puts it up and in. And 30-second timeout with 2.6 seconds left. We'll keep it right here. But Hicks had made such a nice rebound off of the missed shot. But then the ball just scooted away from her and right into the hands of Skylar Davis, who made the big shot to put her team back up by 2. Heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking. Harrison County down 30-28 and 2.6 seconds to go to try to get this game to either overtime or not. And now timeout is called by Harrison County. It's going to be a full timeout, but we're not going to leave with 2.6 seconds left. A good war between these two schools here tonight, and we figured at one point it might come down to who had the ball last, and I think that's going to be the case with 2.6 seconds left and Lafayette making the big basket. Tough, man. It's tough. But it's just the first game of the season, and all is not lost yet. Anything can happen. I'd say that Coach Denson is telling her girls, do not foul. Do not foul. While Coach Watson is trying to devise a play that gets the ball up the floor and into the front court as quickly as possible for what would be a last-second shot to either tie the game or send us into overtime. Well, to tie the game to send us into overtime or win the game. Once again, 2.6 seconds on the clock. Against full court pressure, Hicks will throw the ball in bounds. Gets it to Custer, knocked out of bounds by Denton. Only 0.6 seconds came off the clock. And now another timeout called by Harrison County that they've got the ball in the backcourt at the hash, in case you're wondering where we're at, with 2.1 seconds. That is the final timeout by either team. So whatever play Coach Watson is devising in the huddle, something I'm sure that they have looked at, practiced many, many times. But from the backcourt at the hash mark, that's where Harrison County will be inbounding the ball with 2.6 seconds left, down by a deuce. Harrison County trailed by 7. That was their largest deficit of the night. Inbounding the ball will be Risa Hine, or make that Naomi Farrar Laws. Farrar Laws to inbounds the ball from the sideline at the hash across the way from us. Here we go. Farrar Laws looking. Lobs the ball, knocked away, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Lafayette. 1 second on the clock. Inbounding the ball once again will be Farrar Laws with 1 second. Enough time to catch and shoot. Farrar Laws looking, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. Half a second went off the clock. And now Harrison County will have the ball right at midcourt. Farrar Laws, for a third time, will try to get the ball in bounds. Emerson in front of her. Here's a shot put up by Custard, way off the mark, and that will be the ball game. The Lafayette Lady Generals. They have come to the hilltop and will be going back to Lexington, 30-28 winner. But what a great game these two teams played here tonight. And all the makings of a postseason game. Strategy, chess game, big leads, lost 7th graders coming up big at the right time. Just a fun game to watch. This is why people love high school sports. We invite you to join us now for our post-game show. We'll go over all the scoring and stats and name our Judy Construction Company player of the game. We'll also have a chat with Coach Watson and get his thoughts on tonight's action. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, your final score, Lafayette 30, Harrison County 28. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.